Hi there. This is John Barton from JB Cases. Today I don't have a case video for you. I have a flat Earth myth debunking video. My friend Max Eberle is posting a lot of questions on Facebook about the flat Earth, theory. It's even silly to call it a theory these days. I just can't believe that there's people out there who actually truly believe that the Earth is flat still. But anyway, this is 2015. We can all make videos and stuff and espouse our points. So here's the deal. The latest one that Max put up is a video by some guy who says, well, how is it possible that you can build a bridge over a 24-mile span of water, over a 24-mile body of water, and it doesn't drop off at a significant height at the other end, okay? So real quick, I'm going to use the soccer ball here to explain the basic engineering behind how this works on the globe that we live on, okay? The Earth is not a globe, for one thing, okay? But I'm simplifying this. The Earth is actually a spheroid. It's bulging at the middle because of the spinning of the Earth, so it's a little bit thicker, a tiny bit thicker in the middle than it is at the poles. But anyway, I digress. Soccer ball, water, bridge. Here's what we're going to do. The flat Earth guy says, if you take and you build a bridge, you want to get from point A here to point B over water. You build a bridge, you look down, you look at the photographs of this thing, and it appears to be perfectly flat over the water. If the Earth was round, says he, then if it's fixed at one point, it should drop off considerably at the other point. So it should be considerably higher at the other point. Now, this guy ignores basic principles of engineering, okay, which is basically to say that anything built on the Earth is attached to the Earth. Okay, so if the Earth is round or flat or whatever shape it is, anything built on it has to be attached to it so that we can travel on those roads and bridges and whatever they are, whether it's a train track or a highway or a bridge. It has to be attached to the Earth and follow the shape of the Earth, okay? It's very simple. So, here's the deal. We're going to use a soccer ball. We're going to use a piece of leather. As you can see, this piece of leather is fairly stiff on its own. It stays fairly flat. So, ready? Here we go. This is how the curvature of the Earth is accounted for in bridge building. It's very simple. If you took this piece of leather, okay, and we attached it, here I'm going to take this little piece of tape here and we're going to attach it at the end. We attach it at one end. Okay, now remember we're trying to get across this water, right? If I attach it at one end like this, you'll notice it's at 0 here, and on this side we have a significant gap, right? So if you're starting in a car here and you're trying to drive over this, you're going to fall off the cliff on this end if it's built that way, because the surface that it's on is curved. Okay, now let's take this fairly stiff piece of leather and let's bend it like this. Now, what does it do? It follows the contour of the Earth. So if you start out here in your car, you drive over this leather and you go on back onto the ball here. That's how a bridge works. Now, Max and everybody else who thinks that the Earth is flat, obviously, in the real world, you cannot have a span that goes out like that. You don't have a piece of steel or a piece of concrete or anything that is 24 miles long and able to support itself from a single point like this. No, instead, you build in segments. So in reality, this would be built in tiny segments, all anchored to the earth. So then the result would be a roadway that appears to you in your tiny little car as if it's perfectly flat. Because everywhere you look, wherever you stand on the earth, as a tiny little person here, I'll get a little piece of leather or something here to represent tiny person. Okay? This little speck that I'm fixing to put on here, if you can see it, my little speck fell off. The teeny tiny little speck represents a person. So if that speck is standing on here, this little microscopic dot, everywhere in any direction that it would look, everything would appear to be flat. That's why flat earthers say, trust your eyes, look around. They turn around, they look 180 degrees, standing in the middle of a lake or an ocean or whatever, and they say, oh, well, hey, the earth is flat. No, it's not flat. It's like being a flea on an elephant, or an ant in the Grand Canyon. You cannot see the context of the larger world that way. So anyway, I digress again. Water, bridge, earth, that's how you build a bridge over a curved surface. Okay? Lesson over.